Communist summer school camp. And when you're reflecting, it takes a shift of perspective to get there as well.
They're also a player versus player.
Bro, everybody's a player versus player. Everybody's a player versus player.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8. You are watching the Remastered podcast, and I am your host, Abdulrazak, reporting live from Edmonton, Alberta. True north, strong and free. Okay.
Bro,
like usual,
out of the house.
Exactly, and as usual, being joined by Franny, reporting live from Karlsruhe, Germany.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you guys doing, guys? How you guys doing? I'm in the hot city of Karlsruhe. If you don't know why I'm shirtless, it's because Europe is going through the hottest periods in a continent's history in the past 100 years. It's 41 degrees yesterday, but you know what this makes me appreciate? It makes me appreciate the Canadian winters a lot more. And I was fucked up to say it, but bro, it's unbearable because here there's no AC. So you gotta deal with me shirtless, but that's fine.
Hey, listen. I thought it was hot in the room, in the Airbnb I'm staying at. Turns out, the fucking vents were just closed.
Bruh.
I was like, cause everyone was like, we turned the thing down.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, you turned the temperature down. And I was like, well, why is it so hot? And it's like, oh, that's why.
That's why. At least you guys have AC.
Exactly.
I really, dude, we gotta make an episode about what the 10 things we're grateful for, because AC is definitely top of the list. I can't lie. Number one, I'm grateful for is obviously having this podcast. Having you as a brother to speak on this podcast, speak upon things that's in our mind.
Exactly.
But with that being said, let's go straight into the
two
topics we'll discuss today.
It's funny you would say that for number one, because I would say Malbros for number one.
Malbros.
Person. It's a have to see, exactly. Have to see. Priorities.
The
big man saying it's a priority.
Exactly. But let's go into the first two topics. The first topic, talking about money isn't the exit. Now, when we say money isn't the exit, because we're trying to exit from what? Let's say Canada, from a country that's very, communist, is very much Jewish.
Speaking of communist, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
You can actually put this picture out there, right? It was on like a lamppost, right?
Yeah.
You know what poster I saw there?
What is it?
You guys remember, it's the usual Mojo, like he's on his thing, I'm on my thing, we're on the same thing. But
gross.
Look, it was a communist summer school camp.
That's mad. You can only find that in Canada.
As a communist and with a bunch of crackheads around, I'm like, so you're trying to, hey, listen, it is communistic, everyone gets the fent.
It is communistic, bro. And I think that's what it is. I think they're trying to push you to the limit of you may as well join the communistic side.
Exactly.
That's how communism grew in the first place.
Exactly, 100%.
People got so fed up, there's no option, so they just went with whatever it gave them.
Exactly.
Right? So, yeah, but on the note, money isn't the only exit, right? So,
and you know what's, let me stop right there. You know what's funny? I was
Yeah.
actually having a conversation with one of my uncles, and we got to a position where we were talking about how Canada is actually like a socialist country. They're actually the real communist country, and whereas China is actually the capitalist country.
Absolutely. Like, if you probably got seen on Instagram, social media, and not even social media, people and I think we know one or two guys who've been to China and say how amazing it is, how great it is, even though we've been hearing on the news, it's communistic, they'll put you in jail, X, Y, and Z.
And you know, the best way to summarize that, right, is just because their civilization, the West demonizes it, right? What if it's long? Not even what if. The long story short is, they just don't like our style of living,
Exactly.
and it's the stats, economy, how they live as a society. It just shows, damn, they're better than us.
Exactly. 1,000%. It's a bit off tangent, but the second topic after that one will be the better plan. And I think this is more of what Abdulrazak wanted to say, because when we do the better plan is because there's an amazing quote from Conor McGregor. He said, "I forgive myself for not understanding what God has been putting me through, and I'll make sure it won't happen. That won't happen again." And that's very powerful, especially in this world today, because we mistake a lot of the suffering we go through today, and we blame it on something. Whether that's the government, whether that's our parent, whether that's the income we're getting, whether that's the frustration we are in doing our business or X, Y, and Z, we usually blame something else. And this is where accountability comes in, because the better plan says, if you're wise enough, you'll see yourself as one going through something that'll make you a better man. And that's the better plan, essentially. You're coming out of it as a better character, better man, someone with a better perspective. And it's a very powerful one there as well, especially with what's been happening a couple days, especially with what we need to get done and how we're getting it done through the things we're kind of going through as obstacles. But yeah, those are the two topics. But let's go to the first topic of money isn't the exit. And I think I want to start with this one off, because I feel like we live in a world where money's a lot of things. Doing certain actions to get money is almost a priority for our lives. But we also understand there's some people around us who may be doing the same thing, but they don't see it as the same way.
Exactly, and the Matrix there's levels to the game. The system gives you certain things, and that's the cap, that's the peak life for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the bad day that we all expect that might come for us one day is it doesn't cross their head. Like, you know how we know Canada's a fucked up country and people, it's not a safe haven like people try to say, right? But a lot of people who have money, they think, oh, this is a nice place, this is that, until they go through something like I did, where there was my family car got robbed like 3 times. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's funny, like my parents, they actually still think Canada is a safe haven. But
I'll make sure on that note, I'm so grateful to be born in Canada. We could have been born anywhere else, like fucking India or anybody else.
Exactly.
Imagine being born in India. Imagine Uncle David and being born in India.
Oh, exactly. Imagine being born in India, bro.
What an unfortunate circumstance. But I'll be honest with you, me and Abdulrazak, I think we're both saying we're very grateful to be born in Canada. It's more about moving forward.
Bro, I'm not born here. You keep forgetting.
Living in this country, we're so grateful.
100%, bro. I'd much rather be here than suffer over there. Because I know if I was there, I would do everything to, drop everything, do everything in my abilities to come to this country.
100%.
And that's what everyone does over there.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to say, because we have that level of comfort kind of here, the next step is to what? Take care of your mom, take care of your dad, take care of everybody else with your own pocket, not using your wife's pocket, not using your son's pocket in the future. You want to take care of everybody on your own.
Exactly.
And the only way to do that is pretty much leave the country.
Exactly.
Right? The way things are going.
No. It's a very scary topic. And the reason why I say that is because I've lived amongst people, I've shook hands with people who make 10x the money I do. And I'm grateful to be in that environment, right? But alhamdulillah, the mindset me and you have, the shit we've been through, the incidents we had, because we were blessed to have an opportunity to start totally filtered, right?
Bro, exactly.
The realities of people that you see, it's like, does this ever cross their head? Like,
exactly.
How the Jews might come for them one day, or how the kids will be indoctrinated. Their logic is money's my only solution.
Exactly.
Their logic is money's the only solution. Because listen, you know how we're doing VV, and the world is very advanced in terms of AI.
Yeah.
I was at an event, right? 12,000 people, right? People making like 20 million, 30 million. right? Your average like top tier guys making about like 2-3 million a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always wondered, I'm like, okay, this shit we've been through, does that ever cross their head? Like, do they ever worry about that? And because a lot of these guys, they're immigrants, right? So for them just like coming to Canada, establishing themselves, that's life for them.
Mm-hmm.
And moreover, it's what do you call it? Do you believe that money will solve all your problems? It does pay your bills. It does solve all the problems, a lot of the problems. And it's more so the fact that I can't really think off the top of my head what point the point I'm trying to make, because I'm just one word is not coming up to my head, but it's more so the fact that, okay, like back to VV, right? It was like, bro, what they made was something that you can do over the weekend.
Exactly.
And I saw countless amount of people thinking, oh wow, this is next level. And I was sitting there looking at them like, I made this shit in 2 hours.
100%. I don't want to say anything specific, but I remember, like, except for VV, you need leads.
Exactly.
Right? And that's the main point about majority business. You need people to look into it.
Bro, listen, sales. Without sales. Bro, sales is what runs the economy. Without sales, you're not going to have an economy. It doesn't matter where you sell, like, ice cream, windows, fucking, even goddamn, I don't know, shoe polish, whatever it could be. Without sales, you're not going to get that.
No, 100%. 100%. And I remember the biggest problem with that is that we needed leads.
Exactly.
What the fuck do I need this kind of replacement for business cards?
Exactly.
Like, I need someone to look at business card in the first place to replace it.
Exactly.
So who's going to look at it?
Exactly.
They don't offer that solution. And the real solution really is AI. But they don't even look into that.
Exactly.
I just built some real quickly. Now, behind the scenes right here at VV. I just generated right now 10 phone numbers from contacts who are doing spa and spa places in Florida. That's just Florida, 10 within seconds. Imagine, right? We can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different phone numbers, and it's all for free, by the way. It's all not have to pay money. This is all free.
The event I was at, and they were telling me, oh, next generation, right? I was like, $60 a fucking year. God damn it, who are you? What's the? If you okay, my question is, if this is really, if this is really costing you more than it's costing us, then why charge so much for the event, right? Why charge so much for the event? On top of that, why bloody charge $60 a year if you want to do it for the betterment of us?
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and that's fine going to that event. It's more about how you see it as. The way you see it as. The truth is, majority of people won't see it as.
Bro, the difference is I've taught myself how to not get manipulated, basically. There's a very famous quote from Andrew Tate's father.
Yes.
Big respect to the man. I allow manipulation to find out where the enemy wants me to go. Then I break the trap and punish the perpetrators, or something along the lines of that.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's very unfortunate because people, I think we talked about this, I think it's episode 7, player versus player.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. The thing is, I don't know how to sit there and get lied to myself, saying, okay, this is not player versus player. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Even at the event you went to, right? Technically speaking, the people who are hosting the event, they're also a player versus player.
Bro, everybody's a player versus player. Everybody's a player versus player.
Exactly. Everybody's a player.
Bro, look, what I do today is to get financially free, right?
Exactly.
Obviously. I'm big in sales. I do that, right? The thing is, most people don't think that. Most people leave the corporate and corporate hierarchy and come to this hierarchy and think, okay, I'm gonna get more money than there. That's their mentality.
Exactly.
Which I'm not saying you won't.
Yeah.
But there's still a system. If you're trying to break free from the system, this is not a system.
Yeah, exactly. Before we end this topic off, one of the best things that AJ said was money amplifies you.
Exactly.
If you're chasing money, it will amplify you along the way almost. It's not like when you get the money, it amplifies you.
Exactly.
If you're chasing money, you'll get greedier and greedier and greedier.
Exactly.
You become more selfish. You become more. You be more likely to scam or be sketchy or be that kind of person. You ain't gonna be a person that's gonna be respectable, right? Chase the money is more in the sense of chasing freedom.
Exactly.
People, that's the misconception. We here at Filter Remastered, at Total Filters, we chase freedom for our family.
And that doesn't, and
kids,
freedom, it doesn't have to be money. What we chase is freedom of speech. Honestly, freedom to have an opinion, freedom to think.
Exactly.
Which majority of the people, and that's to summarize this topic, is we live amongst people who make 10x our money, but the people who have been watching this podcast and being with us, right? I know you guys and we would much rather value our opinions, being, standing by what we believe in, than rather having money. That's what I believe in, because if you give when I went to that event, if you give any of these guys a choice, are you gonna sacrifice your money and keep your opinions, or let's say they have kids, are you gonna let your kids be gay, lesbian, whatever, right? Do something haram. Do something haram and keep your money, or lose your money and keep them on the straight path, right?
Yeah.
And they believe as long as they have money, that's all that matters.
Exactly. Yeah.
But with that being said, let's move on to the next topic.
The next topic, which smoothly transitions to the better plan. And I think you said something. I think you said at the beginning of this episode, Conor McGregor said something really great. I forgive myself for not really understanding and valuing the tasks God has made me go through, and I will make sure I won't do that again.
God knows my heart, and the things that I have gone through, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for disgracing the position that God put me in, which I've done many times, and I won't do it again. And that's where I'm at today.
I might play it right here, right now, but it's a beautiful thing he said. We all know Conor McGregor. He's a very arrogant, ego, cocky fighter. But a quote like that, right, really just exemplify what it means by the better plan, right? It's because at the end of the day, right, if you think about it, like this guy, huge fighter, obviously you know about Khabib versus McGregor, UFC, and obviously with what he said and how cocky he was, and obviously he lost, right? Did he apologize? No. Did he do anything? Nothing. I think it took years later, and that's the most interesting part. It took years later for him to really understand, okay, God was putting through a test towards me and doing this. And I can say the same thing about Ilya Topuria right now, about Khamzat Chimaev right now, about their kind of surprising defeats. And it's not just UFC fighters. It's also people in business and people who run families, especially fathers.
Especially fathers, exactly.
And I think we talked about this with fatherless, right?
Yeah.
Fathers, because they're so stressed, they see, they literally cannot see they're getting tested.
Exactly.
They're getting stressed from their family, from their wife, from their kids, from their bills, from their work, from their job, right? Then David comes out of nowhere, comes with a new problem. You're just gonna stress all over.
Exactly.
So you're not gonna have time to really comprehend that, and this is why religion is so powerful, so important. Pretty much why it's a necessity. It's needed. It's number one, because you can't see that with all the stress in your life. How can you see God's test?
Exactly.
How possible can you see that? There's so much fog in front of you, you can't see it through.
No, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. And why is it important to see as God's test? So you can value the suffering.
Exactly.
That's the main thing of it, right? We're all gonna suffer. We're all gonna. I think again, another quote from Tate was like, the more you enjoy the suffering,
exactly,
the shorter it will last. You're gonna suffer as men, viewers watching this. You're gonna suffer.
You're gonna suffer.
It's inevitable,
bro. Remember, I always like to look back, and I was like, I just want to say Alhamdulillah, because I'm always at a better position than I was before. And whether it can either be physically, mentally, financially, right? Because what was I saying? I don't know if I made it clear last time, but I lost partial hearing in my left ear. Last year I had other problems. I didn't value that. I didn't value the health. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing, bro. Yeah, I'm not.
You're happy because I'm going deaf, right? Yeah, no, I know you're happy because I'm going deaf. Yeah, no, you're happy. You'd rather want me getting hit by a car. I know that. Just say it.
Listen, for some reason, when someone's sad, I feel like I want to smile for some reason. Listen. It's not have to seem for me. It's just more of a mistake. laughed there. I can't lie. I got the David effect. That's not funny, man. That's not funny. See what you're saying.
It's okay. It's okay.
Listen, the resistance to smile causes you to smile. Hey, that can be an episode, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah,
That can be an
exactly.
episode. What are you saying?
So I was holding my laugh too at that event when I saw
I
somebody
don't know why.
make 200K, and I'm like, brother, I don't mean to disrespect, but you gotta relax on lying, bro. You gotta relax on glazing, man.
Listen, I think it comes down to like when someone tells you something that's so like that's
Because bro, look, remember, so go back to what
Yeah.
Andrew Tate said.
yeah.
What do you call it? Men lie and women deceive or something. It's like women
Yeah.
put on makeup to deceive.
Yeah.
Men lie
Yeah.
because women fall for that, or like
Yeah.
people fall for that. Because let's say you're at a bit, like you're at, let's say it doesn't have to be an event. Let's say you're at like a conference, right?
Yeah.
It's much more attracting if you say, okay, I make like X amount of money. That's standard for that type of level of surroundings you're in.
Yeah.
Whereas if you say the other way, if you make no money or if you're actually somewhere on the lower, you're probably not going to be as much respect and you're probably going to be embarrassed. And a lot of people are not willing to go through that.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, like there was one individual who makes 20 million a year. I actually asked one of my buddies, send me his number. Let me pitch this DV idea to him, or like, okay, your thing, we can expand it, we can make it better. Forget 60 bucks, you only have to charge that.
Huge.
So you can, I don't want to say save your reputation, but I'm like, bro, you're charging 60 bucks, you don't have to charge that. You can genuinely help your people. You get what I mean? You can actually like, if you believe in helping people, helping families, bro, take that 60 bucks away. And you're probably wondering, bro, what's 60 bucks if you're making good money? I'm like, what's the good reason behind it?
Yeah.
So it's more that just a lot of people won't have the balls to put themselves into, like how we said, uncomfortable situations. But no, back to, I know we went off track there, but back to the main topic here. That is like I was talking about my hearing, right? A lot of things I didn't value last year that I value this year.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing. For some reason, whenever someone goes through some critical stage in their life, I'm like, I shouldn't smile at this.
If I ever get like a, God forbid, if I ever get seizure, heart attack, anything around you, bro, actually not around you, you're the last guy I would want around me.
Hey, listen. It's tough out here. It's tough out here. It's 41 degrees. It's tough out here.
It's tough out here, bro.
It's tough out here. Continue.
Alright, let me skip that part. Let me not say that part.
Oh yeah, on a serious note, right? You're losing your hair on the left ear. The reason I'm smiling is that, could be honest with you, part of me doesn't believe it. Part of me doesn't believe it because what is this? This is normal for, if let's say an 80-year-old man told me this. Okay, alright, fair. You're talking about a 20-year-old man, ambitious and everything. But losing his hearing is so diabolical to me, I can't process it. Hence the smile. So what I think from this, what we can say is, what would you like break down? Like for example, we're talking about the better plan. This is such an unexpected event. This is something that's very very hard to understand. Is it the stress or is it the actual issue that makes you struggle to understand God's testing? It's very hard to understand. What is God trying to test me with this issue I'm having?
So the thing is, a lot of people don't think that. A lot of people, including me, I make this mistake several times, and the part of forgiving myself, I don't act upon it because as a man, you're always at the constant fight of like forgiving yourself sounds very masculine sometimes.
Yeah.
So I really respect Conor McGregor to actually open up about that type of, that type of statement. It was
and listen. Props up to you to telling what you're going through.
Exactly.
Listen, there will be some people, right? There'll be some people like it's like bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like, oh, this guy's a little ear, a little pain in the ear. That's it. It's kind of thing. I've seen stuff. The amount of times I called you, you have a hard time like hearing. And I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be fixed. Yes, inshallah.
Inshallah.
We have to say. But at the end of the day, what people don't understand is when they go through a lot of pain and suffering, right? There's a reason why we don't trust women. The reason we don't trust women is because when they go through anything like that, the whole life breaks.
Bro, if you surround yourself with bloody women, and look, the business I'm in, we're surrounded by women, surrounded by females, and I'm always wondering, like, bro, they're either bloody feminists. I'm not a feminist. I saw up on the stage. I'm like, yo, you should be, with all due respect, you should be in your homes, not doing any of this. But that's that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's that. I can't be too loud about these opinions. I gotta relax. It's not just me who's in this bloody household. But no, I was about to say, right, look, it's more so the fact that you only understand it's God's test, if you only understand that God is trying to, that's where I'm saying wisdom. That's the main idea, wisdom. That's when wisdom is given. That's when, like, character is, like, developed, you know? That's when you understand things a lot better, is because when you reflect and look back, and that's how you see it. Because in the moment, a lot of people will never be able to see it.
No, it's very difficult to do that. No.
It's very difficult to do that, but when you reflect, you'll understand it. And when you're reflecting, it takes a shift of perspective to get there as well. Not just, okay, let me reflect on it, let me see how this is a God test, oh, this is that, okay. No, actually deeply try to understand what's happening.
And I think this whole episode was talking about, like, obviously money is going to exit, the better plan, and kind of trying to see through God's test, right? The whole solution is to reflect. And I know in this whole, like, red pill space, I think talk into a filter, but this whole red pill space, reflecting is kind of like, quote unquote, gay, right? Like, all this, but
bro, I told you,
true reflection happens through prayer.
Exactly.
True reflection happens through prayer with your own thoughts, where you're not around other people all the time. And some people, it's very difficult, especially in this generation. Either people are very alone, too alone, right? No brother, nothing. Or they're way too social. Fake friends, fake brothers, and all that. You gotta meet in the middle when there's people around you that will understand what you need, even though you may not like to hear it, what you need to hear, and also your capability as a man to sit by yourself and reflect.
Exactly.
And that's the whole, pretty much the premise of this whole episode, is to sit down and reflect through prayer, through what you need to do to really understand what you're going through. There's a tough world out there. Ain't gonna get easier, guys.
It never is gonna get easier. But the moment, I'll tell you this, the moment you think a problem's ended, another problem comes by. And that's the beauty of life. It's either,
that's the beauty of life.
You're either gonna go through it, or you're gonna, your ship can either sink, or you're just gonna keep, rowing the boat.
Rowing the boat.
Exactly.
But on that note, that's the end of episode 8. It was a phenomenal episode because obviously for the first time of the Zach, he's finally out of his home. He's finally out of GTA, out of that fucker. Do you miss the GTA?
I'm not gonna lie, listen. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, I value opinion more than money. But I need the money to feel my opinion. Or, like, give my opinion of what, a standing. The thing is, last couple of days, and a lot of people who watch this podcast can relate to this, right?
Yeah.
I've been around new people, right? And I like to meet new people. It's just, I miss GTA more than ever. Because I've seen people, I've seen a lot of people fake themselves. Over there, who am I with? Camera guy, right? JB Moneymaker. Sure, they're not aligned with my business. They're not aligned with a lot of things I'm working on. But, going out with them, you just grab them. Yeah. Simple, just $10 meal, Laziz with them. It can't get better than this. Because look, I've been here for the past 3 days, right? Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact, bro, no matter what anyone's saying, bro, these guys will slime the fuck out of me for money.
Yeah.
I know they will slime the shit out of me for money. Because you wouldn't be investing in me if you wouldn't get paid eventually. And the funny, it's when you're not around your brothers, your genuine brothers, you will actually feel drained. And that's what I'm feeling. I can't say the things I want to say. I'm keeping the opinions to myself. I've seen a lot of, retardation. I have to ignore it. right?
Yeah.
And that same statement is like me being around certain people who have a lot of money, but they can't point out their retardation. They're like, what the fuck is this? This is wrong. Stop this shit, right?
Exactly.
And the major thing is, it's more of people trying to. I want to talk about this next time. This is going to be in the next episode.
Yeah.
That is, people fake themselves. People like, and the best wisdom I ever learned, and this is a lesson I want to give off, is what God taught me throughout this. Well, I learned Allah was trying to teach me is, bro, no matter how much money you make, never change who you are. Like Andrew Tate says, I'm just a poor man with a lot of money. I've seen people here. I'm like, bro, I know you don't eat at places like this. No, bro, I know you don't like these type of things. I know you'd much rather eat this or do this, right? That's all I mean. Why are you doing this? Why do you need to go to these type of restaurants? It doesn't. Yeah. It's like you're faking yourself, bro.
Bro, it's like with that, I think talk was episode 6. You know, like it's like I'm not saying with Sims, right? Or people like that. And I even said people like that who fake themselves. They're the most dangerous people on the planet.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what they'll do to get what they want.
Exactly.
And what they want and something they won't tell you.
Exactly.
So that's a perfect thing we talk about for next episode. But
exactly.
So that's a wrap for episode 8 here from Karlsruhe, Germany, and obviously Barty from
Edmonton, Alberta.
Yes, sir.
Let's go Oilers.
Bruh. Let's go Oilers.
Let's go Oilers.
Yeah. If you want, you can zone off onto his
I usually don't say a statement. It's not totally filtered, but I'll just leave off one statement. Just Allah's wisdom is far greater than what you think it is. It will always be far greater than what you can understand. Just trust the struggle. Just trust the process. And one thing I learned so far, staying in Edmonton, just think positively. Just think positive, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
That's when you should lie to yourself. Think positively.
Yeah, think positive through Somalian music playing in the background.
Exactly.
That's
exactly. Dude, when are we gonna go visit cameraman in Somalia, bro?
Dude, that's not a ticket to visit.
He said, bro, he sent me his picture with his Somalian wife. They look like an amazing couple, bro. Yeah. He's about to have you know how he left 7 months back? He's about to have a kid in 2 months.
Holy shit.
Exactly.
This guy's going mad.
Exactly. I'm not taking it.
Not taking it.
Exactly.
Have to see for him.
Have to see.
Anyways,
guys. Peace.